Welcome to AnikSingal.com. This is my first video. Now, the goal of these videos is, first of all, to educate you, to teach you how to build your own online empire, but also, as you'll find, to entertain you a little bit, make them a little fun. There's no reason these need to be boring and mundane and monotone. I want to start this off with the question that I get a lot. I get this question all the time. Anik, if I don't have any money, how do I start building my online empire? You're not going to like this answer. You gotta have some money. I mean, you gotta have something to put in. Guys, business requires an investment. So, I was exactly where you are. I had no money, and today I've built an empire. As a matter of fact, my empire has sold over $32 million in the last 5+ years, and I run a business that's doing over $10 million a year. So I've been able to do it, and I literally started with nothing, with no money. What I'm going to introduce to you today is a concept called the PEG method. And that PEG method, let it be your savior. Let it be the thing that shows you how you can build your own online empire given your situation right now. Because guess what? I don't have your answer. I don't know how you can do it with no money. But what I can give you is access to a tool, something that I use in my life every day to help me problem solve. And we'll work together to help you figure out what it is that you need to do to build that online empire. So, to start, we're going to go over a few things you need to have if you're going to build your online empire. 3 things that you definitely need. Unfortunately, you're not going to like answer number 1. Answer number 1 is you need a little bit of money. Guys, you're going to have to invest in training. You're going to have to invest in education to some degree so you know what the heck you're doing. You can keep watching this blog and I'll teach you whatever I can, but it's going to take you freaking long time. I teach little chunks every day. Second is, I'm going to call it a cash flow. You need something to help you get more money because, again, empires require investment, but we can do this in stages. The third thing you're going to need are relationships. No, I don't talk about, I don't mean boyfriends and girlfriends. I mean relationships online, business relationships. These are the 3 things you need, and right now, you have none of them. Let's figure out the exact technique to show you how to get all 3 of them and get you on the road to building your empire. And that technique is called the PEG method. Alright, this is something I honestly came up with randomly one day. I didn't even know I did this until I was trying to help somebody problem solve their business issues. They had a similar situation. They were basically trying to build their online empire, had a very limited resources. So I started whiteboarding stuff, and this just came about. And it's actually something I've been doing subconsciously for years, but now I can actually do it and put it on paper. What I want you to understand is that there's a triangle in your life, or in your business life, which has 3 sides to it. First of all, you've got your goals. In this particular situation, being starting a business, having your online empire, we'll get more specific. You've got assets. An asset is anything. You've got time. Time is an asset. A chair that you no longer use, that's an asset. I'll show you how it's an asset. Things that you can use to help you get to your goal are assets. And what you tend to focus on a lot in your life is what you have are problems. No money, no education, no training. You don't know what you're doing online. That's a problem. The PEG method is how I use a little staircase to eventually break my big goal down into little digestible ones that show me the path to getting to my goal. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a hypothetical situation that actually does reflect in many ways my own story, how I started, and may very well reflect yours as well. But following along this exercise, if you personalize it to yourself, you'll find that it's going to be very helpful for you, and it'll probably answer your own question. How do you start your online empire with no to very little money? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to first start with listing out your goals, your assets, and your problems. So I'm going to draw 3 lines. This may not look pretty, but it is what it is. Okay? Goals. We're going to keep it very simple. I know you want to build a multi-gazillionaire empire, but we've got to do it in stages. So right now, I'm going to say that your goal is to make $10,000 a month. That was my initial goal when I first got started. Your assets are things you can sell. You remember how you told me you don't have any money? I didn't either, but I had a bunch of stuff that I didn't use. So follow me here. You have time. You've got training guides over time. For example, you've got this video, so you have access to some training. You've got opt-in pages or small, simple sites. Now, you must be thinking, Anik, I don't have these right now. I got it. I get it. Okay, and initially, you're not going to need them. Once you see the way I use the little staircase technique, these are assets that you either have or can very quickly get access to. Problems. You have no money. You are what I call a newbie. You don't know what you're doing. I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just being genuinely honest with you. Consult my notes again. Oh, big one. So, oh, by the way, this means you're confused, right? You agree, that's a problem, and I'm not, you know, and you have no relationships. I'm sure you have friends and stuff. I just mean online and on business, you don't. See, for example, right now, if I lost everything I have, at least I have the key thing. I have relationships. I have people I can call and say, hey, help me get back up on my feet. Right now, you're starting off. A lot of you may not have that, and that's a key thing you need in business. So, these are problems. Now, how do we tangle them all together? How do we use an asset to address a problem, okay? Hence resolving that problem to then fund the next level of our goal. So we basically start using these to help solve each other in order to get to that major goal. I probably just confused the heck out of you. So let's do a case. I am going to consult my notes here because I've written a lot of stuff down. Let me draw the staircase first. What was one of our problems? No money. What was one of my assets? I have stuff that I can sell, okay? Again, I'm not saying that you do this, okay? And you might be laughing right now thinking this is childish. Just hear me out. This is exactly what I did. You asked me what I did. So let's say you've got enough stuff to sell $1,000. Old laptop you don't use, a video game system you could do without. This resolves this problem. You've now got money. But your next problem is you're confused. Hence, you don't know what you're doing. You need training. Well, you now have an asset. It's $1,000. So you get your hands on some training. Don't use all of the 1,000. So now your next thing is you have no relationships, right? Because you want to launch a product online to start your empire, but who the heck is going to promote that product? So you use some of this money and you get yourself an opt-in page and you start doing some marketing. Well, where did you learn to do all that? Your training. By doing this, you not only generate some income as an affiliate, but now you've got some relationships. Does this make sense? So I continue to go up this peg. I'll continue another one here. And now I think our problem comes back again to when you do a product-related business or building an empire, you might need more money, right? So I'm making this up as I go. Maybe you need more money. Well, now your asset is that you have a list. Plus, you can do affiliate marketing. Hence, maybe you save up to having $5,000. Now, your problem is that you have no product, but you have relationships. Combine these two, do some interviews, do a boot camp, do a webinar, ask them for advice, write an ebook. Use this money wisely, as you will continue to learn through Empire Formula, to now create a product. It's as simple as that. Call this the PEG method. I use it all the time in my life, and this is the roadmap you saw. It's how I built my business. When I started, I had no money. I actually won some at a Super Bowl, and then I took that money, and I also sold some extra stuff, and I begged my dad for a little bit. And then I got training, and I spent time learning. Then I took that, and I actually launched my first opt-in page and my first list building technique. I did it by mistake. I didn't even know what I was doing at that time, but I started making money as an affiliate. I then saved money to then reinvest in building, at that time, what was my first product, my first successful product, which was on search engine optimization. I took that money and I built the search engine optimization product, but because I had been selling other people's product for them successfully, I called in on those relationships to then help me promote my product. Hence, my first year, seriously, my first year that I was serious online, that one product alone made me $150,000. Then, all the other marketing I did with the list and the other things I was able to do, I was able to make over $300,000. But I started exactly where you are right now, or where you tell me you are. Ladies and gentlemen, this is called the PEG method. Below this video, you'll have more information on the PEG method. Learn it, absorb it, use it, put it into your own life. Don't laugh at it. Maybe it sounds silly, but it's, honestly, I mean it. It could be the solution you're looking for, and it'll give you a personal answer, not a generic one that everybody can use. All right, I will be putting up a lot more stuff here. We'll have more fun, we'll have a good time, and leave a comment. I want to hear what you think.